It's Shell with Sweet Scent Soaps, and hi, how are ya? It's been a minute since I've been on here. I've been lost in school and doing all that stuff. So, anyways, I got a question from a viewer in regards to making soap cakes, and as you guys know, I don't like to type, so excuse me, I taken the easier route and just recorded because probably people might have the same question, so I'll just talk about it. So like when I'm making the soap cakes, I use the remaining soap that doesn't go into my log molds. Yeah. So I make about 48 ounces of oils what I use in my soaps, and the rest is lye and water or goat's milk, whatever. Anyways, so it doesn't all fit in my soap mold, even when I pipe the topping on. So whatever's left, I actually, let me see if I have one around here. I don't make individual patties. I make one whole solid block of soap, and I use a cut off oatmeal because, as you guys know me, I love oatmeal, so I eat these like constantly. So I like have a huge supply of these. This is the 16-ounce oatmeal can that's been cut off, and I probably fill it up to about right here, from the bottom to about right here. Just, yeah, about right here, and then I cure it, and then the next day I take it out and let it because I actually use a plastic bag in there to line it. I could just use it as is because it is a wax base, so it'll be okay just to pour it in as is. But I like to reuse them, so I just put a cut off plastic bagging. So I make the whole entire cake in one lump. Okay, then I take it and then I slice it in half, and those are my two patties. So that eliminates me having to make all these little bitty patties. I just make one and cut it in half. It is a 2-day process. Your first day, you are letting the soap cake cure, well, go through its thing. And then the next day, um, you're going to make frosting. And it's not frosting per se, I would say. Um, what it is the soap that has thickened. So, like, again, I'll make a batch of soap and I will take out probably like 2 cups. Yeah, about 2 cups of soap that hasn't been fragranced with the scent of the soap, and I'll put it to the side, and I'll go ahead and make my regular soap loaf, and then I'll come to this, and it'll start already thickening up. Normally, I will not add fragrance to the frosting or the soap itself because there's a possibility of it changing from the color that I'm looking for. So you just have to know what has vanilla in it, or if it doesn't, or if the color of the oil, the fragrant oil, is dark, or the essential oil is dark, then you know your soap is going to turn a color. So usually I don't put any fragrance in it at all. I just add color, and then I blend the heck out of it until it is thick. Okay, now the issue comes in when you're putting the patties together. Why? Because the patties have a tendency to slip. So I'm still working on a way to resolve that issue, because once you pour, like, you'll put the one part of the soap down, and then you'll put soap in between, and then you'll put the soap patty on. However, you'll want to wait before you put that soap patty on to make sure that that soap itself is kind of stiff, but not too stiff where it rejects or doesn't adhere to the second part of the soap cake. Um, so you'll put the two. So let me just demonstrate for you really quick. I have some circle soap sitting here. So basically, say this is my patty, okay? Say this is my patty. I cut it, so now I have two pieces. So I'll put one piece down, and then I'll put the frosting. I put it thick because what is going to happen is when you go to put your second patty on, it's going to squish. Sometimes you'll have a thick line, sometimes you'll have a thin line. It depends on how fast your soap is tracing. Now, if your soap is tracing fast, then you need to work at a rabbit's pace. Okay, so you need to get it done. You need to get that on that soap in the middle. You need to put the patty on, position it so it's just right, and then you need to start frosting. Once the patty's on, sometimes the soap will do this. Okay, it has this tendency, but again, if you have a good, nice, thick soap, it won't do it. So, how do you achieve a thick soap? You use less liquid than you normally use. That's one thing. I wouldn't say use a fast tracing fragrance oil because it'll jack you. Don't do it. All I can say is that you can reduce at least by 2. I reduce mine between 3 and 4 ounces to get a thickness that I want. So if it asks for, it says 16 ounces of water, I use probably about 13 ounces of water, or 12 and a half. Maybe, yeah, about 13. 12 and a half, 13. 12, 13.2, 3, 4. Okay, so yeah, I don't use all. I reduce it because what happened is going to make it trace faster. There's going to be less water in there that has to evaporate. So okay, so we got that. So anyway, so you're going to take that, put it on, and then what I do is once it's on there and it is not moving, and I'll sit there. Oh my gosh, I swear. Sometimes I'm sitting there for an hour or longer. Not pretty much sitting, but I'm looking, I'm coming back, checking it, because you need this top piece to be firmly attached, because when you go to ice it, but you also have to watch your icing, because what happens, it can sit in that cup or in the decorating bag and it can go hard on you. It can already go, do its thing. So you have to work fast and diligent between both. So sometimes you can get away with it slipping a little bit. I've done it where it slipped a little bit. I push it back, I plop the thicker soap on top, and then I frost out, and then I take frosting from out the measuring cup or whatever, and I use a offset spatula, which works great. Now the straight ones work, but the offset works a lot better, and it's a small one. It's not a large one, it's a small one. And then I just frost around the cake. It's sitting on wax paper. It's on a Lazy Susan. Lazy Susans are very important when making it, because it's easy for you to twist around and do them. So basically, that's it. You put the frosting on, you frost around. Now, when you work with the soap, there are times as you're frosting, you will notice that your frosting is falling. Why? Because you've interrupted it from when it was starting to stiffen up, and it's gone back to more of a liquid state. So you kind of have to work with it. What I do is just I'll pull it up on all sides and try to puff it, and then I'll stop and back, and I'll take a look and see what it looks like. If it looks like I can see the base, so the frosting is thin, I try back over and pull what hasn't fallen down up back again, so I scoop up to bring the soap back on. And then once that's done, I'll go and get the piping bag, and I use a large tip. I know somebody had asked me what size tip it is. I'm not sure. My tip is about this big. It's about 2.5 inches tall, nice and fat, and it's the star tip I use. I don't have one over here on the table. Nope. So, and I use that tip for everything: frosting my cakes, frosting my my soap loaf, frosting my my sugar scrubs. My bath bomb cupcakes when I do them. But anyways, that's how I do it. It is a 2-day process because you have to do the soap patties. Now again, some people, when you make the larger soap patties, you'll do them individually. But since these are mini cakes, I just make one whole, cut it in half. But if you are making an 8-inch, a 6 to 8 inch, then you would just actually make two different ones, one in one pan, one in the other. You'll probably go about an inch, about an inch high, inch and a half high. Yeah, I would say about an inch, inch and a half, and then go from there. Yeah, so like it keeps stopping. I'm all. So, anyways, I hope that answered your question. Again, if you don't, I'm going to try. So I'm gonna be making some soap. I always say what I'm doing, guys. I'm sorry that I can't keep up with what I say, but between the two kids, going to school, I've been out of school for like 20 years. Okay, and when I did go to school during college, it was like play around time. Okay, and I only took like one class. Okay, so at least for the last 15 years, you know, I haven't been sitting in class, listening to teacher, doing homework, writing reports, remembering things to take a test, you know. So it's taking a lot of brain power here. And it's taking a toll on me. And I'm not being able to record like I want to, upload videos, make the soaps, and then get them onto Etsy. Plus, get them into my shop. Then I had a lady call me saying that she wants me to put some of my soaps into her consignment shop. I'm really stretched out and thin. I'm glad. I mean, I wish I had the volume of orders that some of the ladies have, but I don't. And it's okay. You know, it is what it is. But yeah. So I'm hoping to get more stuff listed on Etsy. I'm hoping to make some more soap. So my promises are when I say I'm going to do something, you guys, don't take it with a grain of, or what they say, take it with a grain of salt, or what, I don't know what they say. But anyways, I do my best what I can do. So if you expect more than that from me, don't hold your breath because you might die. No, for real, no, for real. So yeah, so anyways, if you have any more questions about soap cakes, if I wasn't clear enough, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna make a video if I can get my camera back from my kids. They have all kind of Lego stuff, videos on there. So yeah. So anyways, that's it. I'm gonna come back with another video and tell you guys how I've been doing aside from all this, and I will send out this. Love you guys. Have a good day. Bye.